This is Authentic Sports on Authentic Plus TV. And as you all know, we bring you the very latest in the world of sports. Every tackle, every goal, and every special moment in football. And as you all know, there are so many news in the system. There are so many news coming from the camp of Chelsea, FC Barcelona, the Black Stars of Ghana, and the World Cup qualifiers. So without wasting my time, we are going to start with the camp of Chelsea. Enzo Maresca has today confirmed that Kopama is also set to miss another 6 weeks due to the groin injury. And that is a very sad news for Chelsea. It's a very, very sad one. Kopama is set to miss another 6 weeks due to the groin injury. And these are the matches Kopama is going to miss. He's going to miss Chelsea's away match against Nottingham Forest. And then their Champions League game against Ajax at the Stamford Bridge. He's also going to miss that match. As well as Sunderland in the Premier League. He's also going to miss that match. And then finally, he's also going to miss the match against Wolverhampton Wanderers. So that is a very sad news for Chelsea. This guy is actually their star man. He's actually their star man. So it is going to worry the team. But then I think Enzo Maresca will figure out something to improve the team while they are missing their talisman, that is Cole Palmer. That is a very sad news from the camp of Chelsea. Now, we are going to the camp of FC Barcelona. Barca is also suffering from so much injuries. There are so many players out injured. And this is an update from Barcelona with the injured players. First of all, Fermin has recovered, so he's set to face Girona this very weekend. And I think that is a very good news for FC Barcelona. Their star boy, that is Lamin Yamal, is also set to face Girona. So that is a very good news. But then for Rafinha, he is set to miss another 1 to 2 weeks. Dani Olmo is also set to miss 3 weeks, with Juan Garcia out injured for 1 month. And then Ter Stegen also out injured for 3 months. Plus Gavi also injured for 5 months. It's a very sad news for Barca. But the good news is that Lamin Yamal and then Fermin are now back in business. Also, Rafinha had a scan this morning to assess his injury. But then the good news is that he will miss the match against Girona. But the Clasico, it is very likely that Rafinha will feature in the Clasico against Real Madrid at the Santiago de Bernabeu. Yes. So that is the good news for Barca. But for the Girona game, Rafinha is out. But he is very likely that he will partake in the Clasico against Real Madrid on the 26th of October. So now, the international break is officially over, and then there are 28 teams who has already qualified for the 2026 World Cup. So these are the teams who have officially qualified for the 2026 World Cup. Canada has qualified, and Canada is part of the host nation. Canada together with the United States of America, that is USA, and then Mexico as well. So these 3 teams has already qualified, together with Australia, Iran, Jordan, South Korea, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Uzbekistan, Algeria, Cape Verde, Egypt, Ghana, Ivory Coast, Senegal, South Africa, Tunisia, Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador, Paraguay, Uruguay, New Zealand, and then England. So which means for the European teams, only England has qualified. Only England has qualified from Europe. So the rest are not done with their qualification matches. So I think they will continue in November because there is another international break in November. So they are going to continue, and then the European teams who will also qualify. And for Africa, there's going to be a playoff. So Nigeria are going to partake in the playoff for us to know whether they will qualify or not. So it depends on them. Okay, so there's also a news coming from the Black Stars of Ghana. And then Coach Otto Addo, speaking to the Joy News, stated that it is going to be difficult for the players who initially rejected to play for the Black Stars of Ghana to partake in the World Cup. So if you are a player out there and you rejected Ghana, you rejected that you won't play for Ghana, it is very difficult for you to partake because players like Nkatia, and then Hudson Odoi are all, lobbying to play for Ghana. They are all lobbying to play for Ghana. And then the coach has stated that these players will not partake in the World Cup. So he is never going to call these players because they've rejected us earlier. Okay, so the fans are saying you should call these players. Some are also saying you shouldn't call them because they didn't partake in the qualifying matches. So why should he even invite them to come and play for the Black Stars whilst they didn't play the qualifying matches? So the coach has come out to declare that these players are not likely, or he's never going to call them. So I think we are now okay with the coach decision, and we have to respect it because he is the coach of the Black Stars and he qualified the Black Stars to partake in the 2026 World Cup. So we have to respect that. That's his decision. So you have to respect it. Okay, so Frankie de Jong has also officially extended his contract with FC Barcelona, extending the contract to June 2029. And that is a very good news for FC Barcelona because Frankie de Jong is a very good player. Together with Pedri, they boss the midfield. So it is a very good news for a team like FC Barcelona. He has extended the contract to till June 2029. It's a very good news. But then after he extended the contract, they asked him some questions. He faced the press and they asked him some good number of questions. And one question was like, so how much will he be taking? So this is what De Jong said. I want to quote him. He said, "I won't comment on my salary. Many fake news were shared about this in the recent years." And I repeat, "I won't comment on my salary. Many fake news were shared about this in the recent years." So which means there were fake news in the system. People were saying a lot of things which weren't true about the guy. So the guy has said that he's never going to comment on his salary. Okay, so we are done for the day, and this is the very trending news in the system right now. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share as well for others to also have a very good look at. Bye.